everybody. Dirty Thursday brought to you by River City Speedway. The Bullring Boys are back. Chad Hoff is here, and Laela Eisenschenk and Amelia Eisenschenk are on the show today. This is going to be awesome. Also going to be talking to Ryan Flayton in a couple of minutes, and I want to give a shout out to Northwest Tire, another one of our sponsors here on Dirty Thursday. You know, for tires, work on your vehicle, and more, visit Northwest Tire on Gateway Drive, North Dakota's largest tire dealer. Family owned for over 40 years, from big to small. Northwest Tire, well, they do it all. Find all the big name brands, Toyo, Nokian, Bridgestone, Firestone, and more. Call 701-780-8473 to schedule your next appointment. Northwest Tire, they're on Gateway Drive in Grand Forks, helping you get the perfect tires for whatever you drive. And speaking of Northwest Tire, Chad Hoff, the other half of the Bullring Boys, in the house. How you doing, man?
Good.
There it is.
There we go.
I knew that was wrong.
Yep.
I'm doing great.
Good. I ran into one of your guys, broken arm guy.
Oh, Jeff Panzer, yeah.
He's mad at me because I haven't taken him fishing yet either. But
Wait,
anyway,
how can he do it now?
that's what I said.
Yeah.
He's going to have to wait.
He shattered his arm.
I know. He showed me the picture.
Yeah, and he's got
X-ray.
60 staples going down his arm.
Yep.
A plate from his shoulder to his elbow. 16 screws.
Yep.
He can't do nothing.
Yeah,
He can sit there and drink Busch Light with you, though.
I'll take your kid first then.
Yeah.
If you have any questions or comments for myself, for Chad, for Laela, for Amelia, our number 701-213-0863. 701-213-0863. Before we get too much further, we got to do it. Here we go. Our daily segment called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go. Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. If I ever had twin daughters, I'd name the first one Kate. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
I named the first one Kate, and the second one Duplicate.
Just
Wasn't that
because,
okay?
yeah, just 'cause
Kate and Duplicate.
you guys could totally say that's not a good joke. It's gonna be okay. We get some good dad jokes on here though, but that was
Kate and Duplicate.
That's pretty good.
Let's quickly, we'll go over some schedules. Tomorrow night, River City Speedway, Wissota Late Models, Midwest Mods, Street Stocks, A-Mods, Hall of Fame night. And
Hall of Fame night, big night.
We'll be calling Ryan here in a few minutes.
Pretty cool.
Saturday, Devil's Lake, Pure Stocks, Wissota Street Stocks, Midwest Mods, Non-Wing Sprints. They're all going to be there. I'm going to be there on Saturday. I'm going to be calling the races there. Greenbush Saturday, A-Mods, Midwest Mods, Pure Stocks, 4-cylinders, Mod 4s, and Buffalo River Sunday. The NOSA Sprint cars are at Buffalo River on Sunday. How'd you like to do me a favor?
what's that?
How'd you like to call that number for me? Right down there.
At the bottom?
Yeah. And, of course, Knoxville Nationals firing up. I think the 360 show starts maybe tonight. Is that, I think? Okay.
Cheyenne Speedway's running tonight too. Rebel Midwest Mod Tours there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And where's that? Jamestown?
Nope, Lisbon.
Lisbon.
tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you girls are waiting anxiously. Thank you. We're just going to talk to Ryan here quick. If we can get him on the phone.
It's going.
All right.
Oh, it's ringing.
It's ringing.
Well, you might want to tell him that he's on live right away so he doesn't say anything, awful.
Hello.
Oh,
Hey.
geez, here he is.
Don't be cussing. We're live.
Okay.
Ryan Flayton on the phone with us today. How about that? How you doing, man?
Oh, good.
Good. They let you off work for a minute to talk to us?
Yeah, they just don't know about it.
Okay. That's kind of what I thought.
Perfect.
River City Speedway Hall of Fame night is this Friday. We've got 5 new inductees. And I'm looking at the names, Ryan, and boy, you couldn't have picked a finer group of guys. Why don't you talk a little bit about them if you would?
Yeah, I think River City's actually hit it out of the park this time. We have Ben Adams, who's a legendary engine builder around this area. He built engines that have won countless championships, point titles, and thousands of features.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's definitely a deserving guy. He's going in this year. And then we have Rick Chemnitz. He was one of the top hobby stock drivers back in the early 90s and won a point championship in the hobby stocks. And then later in the super stocks here in Grand Forks, he was always a threat. So he got in. And then we had Scott Nelson. You guys know Scott. He's kind of runs the fire and safety crew there at the Speedway. He's worked there for over 34 years. And it's like 5,300 hours that guy's volunteered on the fire and safety crew. So
yeah,
it's pretty insane. And Yeah, he's a guy that, you know, a lot of us that drove were really lucky to have a guy like him around there for as long as he's been there. So
Absolutely.
he's definitely another deserving guy that's in. And then we got Terry Sanis is another very well-known name around. He's a late model guy, and he won a championship back in his day too, or a point title, and tons of feature wins. And another guy that everybody knows and just made sense. And then Troy Olson is the fifth guy that made it in, and that's another guy that, boy, he was very versatile. He could drive anything, and he did drive everything. He raced pretty. He's one of the only guys that actually raced 4 different classes in Grand Forks.
Wow.
So
That is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes time, you and the committee, how hard was it to pick these 5 this year?
Actually, this year I don't think it was hard at all.
Yeah.
This was pretty easy once we kind of looked at the stats and went over everything. It just made sense.
Sure.
No, I think it's an awesome pick.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you guys done good, man.
No, they.
You know, it's
Don't know
funny
what to
too.
say about that.
You mentioned
Yeah.
Ben Adams. How many times down at rideoutcar.com Victory Lane have we heard somebody thank Ben Adams,
Oh,
engine
God.
builder?
Yeah.
I mean, we hear it all the time.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
I think a lot of festivities happening on Friday, right? Ryan, we're going to have the get together and all that fun jazz for the families too, right?
Yep. That'll be right before the races, and they were all kind of invited ahead of time. So yeah, we'll do that, and so there'll be quite a few people will be attending that, and that'll be pretty cool to get them all together and share some old good stories. And
Yeah. It's fun to go down for somebody that hasn't been from here, you know, to go down and meet those guys is pretty cool. Obviously, we know Scotty and stuff, but to meet the other guys, it's
Yeah,
pretty cool. To
they're
put
all
faces
names
to
we
them.
know.
Yeah,
you know,
them. I
just
just never met them.
Right.
You,
So-
you know where they came from. You know what they stand for here.
Yep.
We just haven't talked to them.
Yeah, it's always fun.
That's gonna be a good time.
All right. Well, hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Ryan.
Appreciate you, buddy.
yeah,
All
you
right.
bet. Have a good one.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow.
sounds
All right.
good.
There you go, Ryan Flayton, and thank you, Ryan. All right, maybe we should introduce some girls here to my left. Please welcome. Okay, I'm going to make sure I get this right. 305 sprint car driver. Okay, and this is, well, you guys kind of switch up a little bit. So I just want to make sure. In fact,
Yeah.
I was creeping the Facebook trying to figure out who the hell was who and who was driving what. But to my left, 305 sprint driver Laela Eisenschenk. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
All right,
Yeah.
and directly across from me, drives late models. This is Amelia Eisenschenk. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing good.
great.
You know, it was funny because we had some late model drivers on last week.
Yep.
And we were talking, and I mentioned it to Brad saying, I said, you know, I've been watching those Eisenschenk girls now because we, you know, you're coming around here a little bit, and then we did the thing in Buffalo River, and he's like, you should get them on the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I kind of know their mom, you know, and hold on. He gets out the he calls her mom. Yeah, we want your girls in Grand Forks next Thursday. Okay, done deal.
Well, at least you didn't have to put us to work today then.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And okay, we're gonna start first off. How old are you?
Oh, we're 15. Yeah.
Okay, so
15.
did you just get your driver's license?
Last
Yeah.
October.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you didn't
So-
you didn't drive here illegally or anything?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely not.
Anything to be on Dirty Thursday, right?
Right? Yeah.
You know, this is going to be a real dumb question, but how'd you get your start in racing?
Let's start there.
Well, it's been in our family for as long as they've been alive. So, our grandpa, he raced sprint cars, and our uncle, Donnie, he's been racing for his whole life. So we started as soon as we were old enough. When we were 5 years old, we got go-karts for our birthdays, and since then we've been racing.
Wow. Now, you raced go-karts for a long time. You know, people would say, what, did you see Donnie Schatz is down at the go-kart track?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's here with the nieces and stuff.
Well,
but
right.
So you raced in Fargo, Grand Forks. Where else did you go?
Well, as we got older, we raced with the Maxis series, and they traveled all around the Midwest. So we were Iowa, Missouri,
Yeah, pretty much in
the Carolinas. We pretty
Wow,
much
you
went
put some
everywhere.
miles on.
We were all
Over
over
the place,
Wow.
places
so-
every weekend. So
How cool was it to go and see those different tracks other than your home track?
It was pretty awesome. You know, we raced against a lot of good drivers. You know,
Yeah.
when you're racing against all those kind of kids, it's like everyone's kind of equal, and it's crazy how much, you know, in go-kart racing, it's all about the tires. it's wild, but
Right.
it's like a big competition, like who can hit it just right. And you're a little bit off, and you're 5 seconds off the pace, and it's definitely a game to play every weekend.
Your uncle raves about Forks Karting Association's track. Is it a really good dirt track?
Yeah, we love it there. We race there every Wednesday for about 8 years, so we had a lot of fun there.
Yeah.
You guys are smart with the way you dress too. I like you. You can tell
yeah.
they're racers.
I told Amelia before he came, it doesn't really matter what we wear. We're race car drivers, not fashion icons.
Yeah.
That's amen to that.
Yeah, as long
it
as-
don't matter.
Their mom did.
100% accurate.
Their mom did text me wondering about attire, and I said anything but green.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't be green.
Yeah, that
Then
worked
green
out real
screen.
good. Now, I just want to get away from racing for just a minute because there is more to life than racing. I know not much, but there is. You guys are quite the athletes away from a dirt track, too. Tell us a little bit about, well, pick a sport and we'll talk about it.
Well, we play basketball outside of racing, so that's what our winter consists of.
Okay. Do you do anything besides basketball?
Nope, just basketball.
Now, you guys are pretty serious hoopsters, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And in fact, is that how you got hurt?
Yeah, I tore my Achilles playing basketball in Minneapolis, so
Did you hear it pop?
I did.
It
sounded
sound
like
like
a snap.
It like a 22 gun shot.
God.
Yeah, I was running at a track meet one year in high school, and a guy tore his Achilles, and it sounded like a 22 rifle.
Yeah, it was.
And he
pretty
dropped
close.
like he got shot by a 22 rifle. He hit the dirt.
I hurt just hearing about that.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
that's gonna be painful right off the get go.
Oh, I tried not to be like a little wimp, you know, because
Yeah.
some kids get hurt and they like cry and.
Did you cry?
Oh, I cried.
Well, come on. That's gotta.
They just
It
kept the
doesn't
game
tickle.
going. I'm like, guys, I'm
Yeah, I'm
not
down
getting
here. I'm
up."
hurt.
Yeah.
I'm really
Yeah.
hurt.
I'm seriously not moving.
Yeah, I
Like,
can't move. I can't walk.
Well,
Do I
you
call
know,
my own timeout or what? Like, what the hell?
I thought maybe you were just pulling a LeBron James and flopping on the
Yeah,
floor. I
yeah.
don't know.
Guys, that was the wrong play. I'm going to lay here until we get it right. Like, come on. Oh, that's cool.
I mean, you guys are very serious about basketball too. Is this something you want to pursue maybe after high school, or have you even thought about things like that yet?
No, haven't really thought about it. I don't really know. It's not really something I want to do in college, but I mean, if the opportunity comes and at the right time, I guess, yeah, it'd be something I'd pursue. But
Yep, yeah.
You do know they start like workouts in June, right?
Yeah, that's
Literally.
and they have
be
like
quite
6
the
a.m.
dedication,
practices.
but-
Right. Yeah. And then racing would probably be
yeah, we couldn't race.
right. Right.
I don't know.
It'd be a tough decision, right? When it comes down to it, it's a tough decision because
Yeah.
you both are really running really well on the racetrack.
Yeah.
You could definitely see that.
Yeah.
You know, you've had wins. Late model's been running great here.
Gosh,
I mean,
that's
you
good
have
stuff.
some gremlins, obviously, right? But the car looks great. I mean, you guys are doing a good job. So if that keeps on pursuing, obviously there's other things to worry about there.
Yeah.
But it's tough to have those two big decisions in life when you're 15 years old.
Yeah, it is.
What are you going to pursue right now?
And people are always bugging you. Well, what do you want to be when
100%,
you're
yeah.
done? You know, what do you
Yeah.
want to do? And I really didn't know until my senior year
Right.
in high school, and then I still wasn't sure.
Yeah.
You know, so did I go into radio for 40 years and I shouldn't have? You know, I don't know.
Well-
Maybe I should have been a policeman or something.
Oh God, no. No. I mean, that'd be awesome because you let everybody go.
Hey, hey, John, this is paperwork on yourself. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I know.
You can go.
I'll buffalo this one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys are good. Let me tell you what. Just follow me home. I'll just drive you home. Just follow me home.
How did you guys decide? Because now we were talking earlier. Are you going to run a sprint and a late model?
I've been doing both.
Okay.
So I've ran the sprint car maybe 5 times this year.
Okay.
It's just been a struggle with the motor issues.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't raced the late model yet, so it's kind of hard to just put her in it.
Yep.
And when we have the opportunity to race both in the same night, obviously it's a no-brainer that I'll go race the late model and she'll race the sprint car. But definitely when we get these motors back here in the next week, the late model will probably be put aside because we have a lot of time and money invested in our sprint car program.
Okay.
So
you.
I mean, that's a big deal too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is that what you guys would like to do? Go on the road together on sprint cars? It's
That's-
just that's what's available now, or how does that work?
all of last year we both raced sprint cars
Yep.
all summer long.
Okay.
So that's kind of what our family wants us to do. The late model
Sure.
thing is just it's our family knows more about the sprint car program, so it's easier to teach us. The late model, he knows a lot about, but it's still a learning process for him as well.
Sure. And
so it's hard for him to transfer to me.
Oh, right.
Oh,
and
for sure.
I truly think, you remember when Donnie came out with the late model?
Yeah.
And it's like, why? What's he doing this for? But then you watch him do it, and I would imagine that he would say it's made him even a better driver yet.
Oh, yeah.
Getting in the bigger car like that. But is there a big difference between the late model and a sprint car? Or
Definitely.
She's like,
everyone,
no, Amelia's question.
Yep.
It's definitely.
Everyone asks me that, and I'm like, yeah, it's total opposites. From a 305 to a Soda late model, obviously the late model's got way more power.
Sure.
You step on the gas and it goes. 305s, you got to build your momentum up to get it going. But yeah, way different. In my opinion, the late model's way harder for me to drive.
Right.
You got to be built to drive one of those things.
Yeah. You guys aren't quite built like you guys aren't quite built like your uncle. That's for sure.
Yeah.
First time you were in a sprint car,
Oh.
did you pee a little bit? Did it scare you a little bit?
Yeah, it definitely felt faster than a go-kart. I mean, we raced to 500 cage carts, but that's the most we've ever gone from a flat cart. So, you know, it felt really fast.
Right.
But now it's starting to feel just more natural, and it's now really just fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So this might be the dumbest question of the day. Did
You've
you
already
ever,
had
did you
two
ever
of them,
think?
but
Did
go
you
ahead.
ever think
Second
about
one.
racing anything besides a sprint car?
Well, when I was
That
younger,
day.
I kind of wanted to race modifieds because it was just kind of big around us, you know. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of them.
Sure.
So, you know.
There's a lot
that's-
IMCA wise, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
IMCA. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I've always been a late model fan. I've been around sprint cars my whole life, but we're good buddies with like Brandon Shepard, and
Sure.
you know, when he raced for Mark Richards, they'd all park at our shop, and
Yep.
you know, Donnie's got a daughter named Savannah, and she's dating Gordy Gundaker, so
Sure.
we're just kind of getting involved in the late model world right now, and it's fun. It's different.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like laid back and
And it's got to be pretty
Yeah.
cool because a lot of people kind of use Donnie's shop as a
is.
stopping point, a waypoint when they're up in this area.
Yeah.
And you guys have probably got to meet a lot of really
yeah.
good race car drivers, I
yeah.
would imagine. Name some of the people that you have met and that you really maybe even try to model your driving after, if you do.
You mean like who have came to
Sure.
our shop? Well, every year when they race in Fargo, you know, Jay Sides, he's a good friend of
Sure.
Donnie's. He comes and he's a great guy.
Miss the guy.
Brandon Shepard, he comes, and Gordy. I mean, that's about it. I mean,
we usually have like grill outs, and this year when the Outlaws were in town, there was like Nick Hoffman and Gordy and who else? Brandon was there, and it was just fun. And then when the sprint cars come to town, it's the same thing. Like, I don't know if you guys saw on Dirt Vision, but we did like a Burrow Max race in our yard.
Yeah.
And Brad and Spencer
Yep.
and all them were there, so that was pretty fun.
yeah, that is pretty cool.
Couple of people texting Nick Curtis, good morning. Nick Curtis, good morning all. Perry Dobmeyer, good morning, boys. Joshua Johnson, it was great seeing the whole family hanging out at the track last night and last Friday in Fargo. Grandma Diane looked like she was really enjoying herself. Thank you guys for texting in and all of that stuff.
There's
so
a
far.
driver right there that talks about you two
Yep.
a lot.
Yeah.
Johnson?
He is a huge supporter of what you guys do, and everybody really. But it's just so cool to watch him. How you watch his social media, how he just always points at YouTube. Like
Yeah.
he's a big fan of you guys. That's
Josh
pretty cool.
is a great guy.
He's a
He's a
fun
good
guy.
friend. Fun to hang out with at the races.
Yeah,
with.
there's nothing he hasn't drove.
No, he drives everything.
he's driven
He
everything.
sent me
Yeah.
a picture of his late model this morning and said getting it out, so.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's time. Yeah.
Dusted
Yeah.
it off.
Yeah, he threw me off this year when that sprint car came out and it wasn't the normal color. Like
Oh,
he
gosh.
went totally different color. You know, everything's usually black and white with him, the 84 and different, you know. All of a sudden now it's black and red. I'm like, what is this? Saw that at Buffalo River. I'm like, what are you doing, Josh? I used to know what your car color looked like.
Last night he was sitting at our trailer, and you know there's so many of the legends around us, and our little brother goes, I think I want one of them. And he goes, oh, don't say that. It was so funny.
A little, yeah. See, those were good race cars too.
Oh, there's so many of them.
So I'm
Oh my
sure
gosh,
you guys have heard all the twin jokes and all of that stuff, but how many people have said, you guys ever just switch each other up in the car so they get it all mixed up and nobody would know the difference? Did you ever thought about doing that?
No,
No, not really.
Do it to Jason Berg and
colors-
just mess them all up or something?
Oh, that'd be funny.
Since we have had to share a sprint car this year, the
Oh, it
colors
kinda is, you know.
the colors have really mixed people up because she's been in my car and
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
in her
So it kind
car.
of has been switched up.
So no one knows.
No one
any
really
of the
knows,
nights,
yeah.
no one knows who's in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Numbers. Your number is
15 for the sprint car.
And then I'm 1 in the sprint car and 15 in the late model.
okay. How'd you get the numbers?
Oh, so
Well, the real story is actually started at Grand Forks. We used to both be 15. She was 15A, I was 15L.
Okay.
And then with their like scoring system, you couldn't have letters.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to make a little like agreement.
Sure.
So she would be 15 for basketball back
Oh.
then in like 5th grade, and I would be 15 in the race car. So
Okay.
that's how
why
that
I
settled
took
out.
that off, Rob.
Yeah. It's been settled since.
We also, when we were little, we argued about helmet colors. So Don
Oh.
would get a white one and a black one.
Okay.
And we'd race down the driveway, and whoever won would get the black one.
Well, on foot. On foot.
On foot, yeah.
On foot. So
Yeah.
running.
Watch your Terry ACL doing that now.
Oh, that is funny.
But now we don't got that issue, so.
Right. It is kind of cool how you guys, family-wise, how much is ran in your blood. The
Yeah.
15 obviously is with your uncle, and how much you guys are just bent sent on. We're gonna keep this 15 going
Yeah.
no matter what. It's pretty cool to think about that way. How much tradition you guys have and how much you guys carry it. You guys ever worry about the weight on your guys' shoulder just for what you guys have?
No, it's just really special to us to have that opportunity, and we're very thankful for what we have, and just the opportunity to do this we're very thankful for. So.
You guys, I tell you, you've met these guys before. I've met them down the racetrack several times by passing and stuff, saying hi. You guys always say hi. At 15 years old,
Yeah.
you're at a podcast right now where you're live. Your questions are spot on. There's like no pressure you feel, and you guys are down to earth. As you guys are doing spot on right now. Just want to let you guys know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
we
this is-
enjoy this because I don't know if you guys know Hoagie's Garage.
Yeah.
They're pretty fun to talk to, too, and then you get some of them that are just kind of boring.
Sure,
Right.
sure,
So we
sure.
really enjoy
Yeah,
doing
You
it
know,
with
you-
like people that are fun and funny.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Hey, how about that? We're fun.
Oh, my bad.
It's funny because I was talking to your mother, and she goes, "Oh, by the way, they smile a lot more than their uncle,
Oh, by far.
and they're more talkative."
Oh, for sure.
I'm like, that's not hard.
Yeah.
That's not hard to do.
Well, well, how do you say that? It's a tough aspect to get right now. Because you started right now, and the more you grow, the more people
Yeah.
are going to be more recognizable.
Sure.
Obviously, you guys are recognizable right now, but it just grows.
Yeah.
And once you do that, the more you can practice now of how these little girls are coming up to you guys, and you guys are inspirations to them to pass that down. It's a huge thing right now.
Yeah, like right now, this is just like fun for us racing, but
Right.
Donnie, this is his life, this is his job.
Yeah.
He takes it 10 times more seriously than us, so.
Yeah.
it's
Well,
just
I don't know.
two
You guys look
different-
pretty serious at the racetrack sometimes.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. And then, when we talk about Donnie and stuff, and you talk about, weight on your shoulders, all week long, I tried not to promote this as, we got Donnie Schatz' nieces coming on the
No,
show,
yeah.
but it's hard not to.
Right.
It's just hard not to. And I did want to mention, too, the King's Royal, that helmet was so cool. I could, hey, where's that? You can see him. Keep an eye on that
Who was
helmet.
there?
Keep
Who was
an
there
eye
with
on
him?
that
Were you
helmet.
with them?
I was, yep.
So you were with him because he was mic'd up.
He was mic'd up, and he asked me, how did your sister do
That was
when we
the-
were taking a picture?
Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy?
And she didn't have a very good night.
Yeah.
This was at
So
Grand
I-
Forks.
yeah.
Yeah.
305.
So I didn't really want to tell him, but he
asked.
laughed. So
Yeah.
and he asked.
Yeah.
But I mean, that tells you something right there.
After you won a huge
something
race.
like that, and
Yeah.
he's more worried about how his niece did.
Yep.
Yeah.
We saw him at Buffalo River a couple of weeks back. Again, he used to be here all the time. Joshua Johnson says, due to him racing for 50 plus years, Tom Cummings has competed against Amelia, Laela, Uncle Donnie, and Grandpa Danny.
Wow.
Crazy. Tom Cummings, man, you're getting up there.
I know that does show like he flips the switch. Okay, his race is done. He's good. He's asking you right away. He's like, "Okay, how'd your sister do?"
Yeah.
You know, the funniest part of that whole thing is he went and shook somebody's hand. I was watching it because I was laughing my ass off. Because he goes up there and he's like, "Hey, can I borrow some money from you?"
Yeah, like Bobby Allen.
But he does Bobby Allen like, "Hey, can I borrow some money from you?" I don't think Bobby really understood.
What he was saying.
Yeah, he didn't really. I loved that. I was laughing the whole time.
Yeah, it was pretty good. All our most of our family was there. Laela was obviously racing.
Mm-hmm.
But it was special to my grandma for that helmet.
Absolutely.
It was a really cool
And he
helmet.
was really concerned about keeping that. Like, don't
Darn
wait,
right.
don't wait, take that helmet, keep it. Like that was so
He gave
cool.
it to her, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. You
Bullseye
know,
does a really nice job on his helmets, and
Right.
they do a pretty good job of surprising him with some cool stuff.
right?
That's neat.
So how about your guys' stuff? What do you guys like to like? What your helmets look like? I didn't get to see your helmets look like much.
We just wear Bell RS7s.
They're not painted.
They're
or
not
anything.
painted. We maybe in the future, obviously, we've had helmets painted by Bullseye, but right now we just keep them plain for now.
And they're one's black, one's white.
No,
No,
they're, both carbon, fiber.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
both carbon fiber now.
But that was back in the days,
Yeah.
in the go-kart days when we were like 5, and we'd argue which color's better.
Come on, they're 15 now, dang it.
That's awesome. That was so great. And then, you know, back
so
in the
old.
day.
Back in the go-kart.
Yeah,
Back in the day.
I love that. I mean, it just you guys are down to earth. This is awesome.
I'm gonna answer a
Let's
couple of
keep
more.
going.
I'm gonna answer a couple of more texts here before we, and then we're gonna have to take a little break. But I was gonna
Refresh.
say about Donnie being serious. I saw him get on Layla a little bit last night, and I was totally picturing Donnie doing that, or Danny doing that to Donnie 20 years ago.
Oh, definitely.
Getting a text from Canada. Good morning, Bullring boys and guests watching from Wee Fest. Oh, they're at Wee Fest.
Oh, Daryl.
Lucky.
Being in 2 weeks for Buffalo Wild Wings races.
I
All
mean,
right.
come on.
I kind of want to go to Morgan Wallen tonight.
He's tonight?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
I
But
have-
we got a race at Ada.
Oh,
It is Thursday
Yeah.
race at Ada.
Yeah. Yep.
They're wondering, are any guys going to be racing here with the Buffalo Wild Wings deal in a couple of weeks? I don't know. I'd have to look at the schedule.
yeah,
I'm
we'd
not
have to
sure
look
if you
at
guys are here or not for that one. Anyway, let's take just a short little break here. I want to
right.
talk about Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Boy, I tell you, if you're looking for getting your oil changed on your car, head to Valvoline Instant Oil Change. There's no waiting in line. I mean, I've gone places, some of the dealerships, it takes you 3 hours to get your oil change. That's not the case at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. I was there 2 weeks ago. I was in and out of there 20 minutes. They can also rotate your tires. They do tranny and coolant flushes. When you get the oil change, you're also going to top off all your fluids. They do check your tires, your battery, your lights, your wipers, your cabin air filter. If you're a fleet owner, you'll get a discount. If you're in the military, you get a discount. They get text and email, invoices, and coupons. Also, pickup and delivery is available in Grand Forks, too. Get a hold of them. They're open Monday through Saturday. No appointment needed. Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a complete oil change and more. They're at 3325 South 38th Street. You can call them 701-780-8462. Make sure you tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you. And they got this new stuff, Intimidator Polish. We've got a little bit here in the studio. If you can get your hands on it, tell you what, check it out. Give your toys and holler the buff look without the buffer. Intimidator Polish. You can see the link on gfbestsource.com. Laela and Amelia Eisenschenk, a couple of really, really good race car drivers. A couple of young ladies in the studio today, along with the Bullring boys. Now, we talk about the sprint car and the future. What would be next then? Will you go to a 360? Will you jump to a 410? Or both?
So we don't plan to go down the 360 route as of now. I mean, Shaver, he has 13 coming back for us, which is Donnie's 2007 motor that he
Yeah.
won the Triple Crown with. So
Oh, wow.
we rebuilt that, and he's going to bring it home from Knoxville
with
for
us,
us.
so
So we
Boy.
want to take it
410.
out to Grand Forks to test it to start.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the plan.
dropping news
Just-
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're
this
dropping
is-
news
yeah,
right
really.
now.
Just to put one car together
Yeah.
for 410, test it, see how that goes, continue the 305s for the rest of the season. And
So what foot race are we going to have for that? Who races that?
I can't run till January, so I'm out.
Wow.
So we'll have to do something else.
So at the beginning of the year, you were still
paper,
kind of limping
scissors.
around, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, I still limp pretty bad. Working on it.
Yeah.
I just got out of a boot at the end of June. So
Wow. Wow.
I actually raced 2 nights with.
The late model. Did you have late model 2 here?
Nope, I raced the late model the day I got my boot off.
Okay.
But that week before, I raced in Fargo, and I was still in the boot. But I took it off, obviously, to race. But I'm still learning how to walk again. I definitely didn't think you'd struggle to walk.
Right.
That's something I never guessed
You
you'd.
wouldn't believe the muscles that go dormant.
I
right?
was like, when I got when they let me walk in a boot for the first time, because I had crutches and a knee scooter. And
Knee
kids
scooter
would
would've
race
been
the knee
awesome.
scooter down the hallways at school. But
Of
yeah,
course.
I was scared to walk on my foot, even in a boot, because it's just
You felt uneasy,
timid.
didn't you?
Yeah, I was just timid with it. So it still gets pretty swollen and sore. So
when you go to play basketball now, are you going to wear that fancy brace, or are you going to go without, or what's the plan there?
I don't know. I guess I'd have to talk with my physical therapist about that one, but I got a long time till I can even think about basketball. So
Right. Yeah, they're going to be going stronger. You're going to be playing before she even get to
Before I
run.
can even run or jump.
Yeah.
By the way,
She'll be your biggest fan.
Yeah.
You know?
I was informed that Brittany is watching on Instagram and said Chad owes some jar money. You must have cussed.
I said hell.
Okay.
Is that my wife?
Well, I'm guessing it's Brittany Hoff.
Yeah,
that must be.
That'd be my wife. That'd be my wife.
All right, now when we
She
talk
always
about
keeps an eye on me, no matter what happens, right? And she knew there was two young ladies coming in, and she's like, "You got to keep your mouth shut this time."
Yep.
Oh, well.
I'm pretty
You
sure you
met
guys
our
have heard worse.
family.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you heard worse.
I think last night was just oof. She kind of got her butt ripped.
Did ya?
A couple times.
Did you get in trouble?
Uh-oh.
Well, the first time it was because my receiver quit working. I don't know. We took it back to the trailer and put the battery back in, and it worked just fine. So that was the first thing, because on the restart, I didn't know if we were going green or what was happening. So.
Right.
And then at the feature, we stuffed it in the wall. So that was the second time.
And how did those feel?
It didn't feel the best, but, you need it to learn. So
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
thankful that Donnie's there to teach me and show me the ropes.
Just so matter
Right.
of factly, we stuffed it in the wall. So there we go.
That was my second butt chewing of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. You kind of feel and know it might be coming anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's a lot invested in these cars.
Yeah.
And it's tough to, when they go,
Oh, when they.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
they're pretty much
discouraging when
junk
you
when they're-
junk a car, as a driver. I watched Zach and Trent try and take the rear end out last night, and they weren't making any headway. So
yeah.
it's pretty discouraging, yeah. But you got to deal with it. You got to keep your head high and look
Right.
for the next race.
Yeah, that's just it. Yeah, you got to try to short
Not think
memory.
about it.
Short
Yeah,
memory. Yeah,
yep.
you got to get flush and move on to the next one. There's been so many wrecks here at Grand Forks. I look back to Jack Croker. He'd wrecked on the front straightaway. It was the night before his wedding.
Yeah.
Wrecked on the front straightaway,
Oh.
rolled it, and I grabbed it. I always go to the drivers, make sure they're good, and got him in the golf car. I was taking him back, and he goes, "Chad, I was fast."
Yeah.
Like it's all he didn't worry about the car or nothing. Drove by his dad. His dad obviously very upset.
yeah.
And looks at his dad. He goes, "Dad, I was fast.
Yeah.
I was fast." That's all I know. I'm like,
Oh, and I got my bell rung a little bit.
yeah. That guy. He wasn't totally like. See, you kind of have that feeling too. It's
That
like,
Ada, yeah, when I wrecked the late model.
oh,
I was fast, but
I was really fast.
Did
Like,
you see how fast I got into that wall? Yeah, it's
literally.
crazy.
it's like Talladega Nights, you know.
There you go.
I'm on fire. No, you're not, Ricky Bobby. You're fine. You're fine.
I had a friend from
Dear
Louisiana.
Lord, baby Jesus.
I had a friend from Louisiana.
Yeah.
We help him on fire. Yeah, that happened to him once too. Are you guys hands-on? Are you learning how to work on the cars? Do you get down and dirty and get greasy and all that stuff?
Yeah, we do as much as we can. There's a lot that goes into the car. So,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it makes no sense to us, and a lot of it comes easy. So,
Right, and-
all of it's just a learning process, from the driving aspect to the working on the car. So.
Sure. And if you're in the pits, you talk about trying to switch a rear end and stuff like
Make
that. It's-
adjustments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard. If they're really thrashing on a car, it's hard for you to kind of go, "Hey, will you explain to me what you're
Yeah,
doing?"
yeah, yeah.
And so
They're
you
like,
guys
"Get
gotta kind
away."
of work, yeah.
Yeah.
And so you just
You're
gotta,
watching over their shoulder, like,
yeah,
I just
Yep.
want to see.
right. So I mean, you just got to kind of go in and help when you can, and when
Yep.
they have time, they'll say, "Okay, look, Layla or Amelia, this is why we do this, and this is how you do that." Try to explain it a little bit, but you guys have been around for so long, and you know how this goes and how the people are and the people working on your car. But and by the way, who does help you guys on your cars?
so we're pretty fortunate. We got 2 full-time guys. We actually have an Australian.
Oh,
He's here till September.
Yeah?
He's only here for 3 months. His name's Trent. He races himself. He's
Okay.
pretty cool. And then we have, his name is Zach Axlin, and he's worked with us for 5 years.
Okay.
Wow.
Maybe more.
He
now.
was with us in the
go-kart
go-kart
days.
so
Oh, wow.
He got us a lot of success in the go-kart days. So he's really smart. He knows a lot about both types of cars.
That's huge.
Yeah. So he knows our driving style, which is a lot of help. He's worked for us forever. So we're pretty fortunate to have both of them. And then obviously Donnie's there
Yeah.
during the days. And then when he, obviously in the weekends, he races himself. But he's there at the shop a lot. He's probably there right now fixing
Yeah.
Layla's disaster.
Do you ever ask the Australian guy questions just to hear his accent?
Go.
yeah, he's got
Go.
Oh gosh. People like walk up to him and be like, "Can you just talk?
Yeah.
Good
Say
day.
something."
Just give me a sentence. Just tell me how the weather is today. What do you feel like?
There's a kid that walked up to him at Hugh States and he's like, "Can you talk in your normal voice?" I'm like,
He's trying, guys.
normal
He's
guy.
trying. I have
Oh, God.
I have cousins that my uncle was in the Air Force, and there's a base over there, so they were born in Australia. He's in Idaho. Has been in Idaho now for years. He still talks in that Australian accent. It's hilarious, especially when he's drinking. It's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's how much it just sinks in, and it is cool to hear those things because we're not used to that.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're the Midwestern people, you know, oofda, all that other stuff. That's what we say.
Yeah, when I was
Yep.
in Europe last year, they all thought I was Canadian.
yeah, people think that too of
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
They
Right.
always
I
ask.
Well-
I just went with it. Yeah.
We're close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're close enough.
I am,
Sounds
eh?
pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they want to be like us.
Yeah, that's all right. Zach apparently helped Blaine Barnes quite a bit last year, too, according to Jenny. Now, you talk about Donnie probably being at the shop right now. He's probably, I don't know if I could name anybody that puts on as many miles as that guy does because he zips all over the country. And a lot of it is because of you two.
Yep.
I mean, he could be way over here and it's like, nope, the girls are racing tonight. I'm jumping in the jet. I'm going over there and I'm going to watch. If he flew commercial, could you imagine how many frequent flyer miles that guy would have?
gosh.
Holy cow.
I mean, because
Yeah.
he
He's a
travels
really good
a
pilot.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. When we
takes it
talked to him,
serious.
was it last year when he just went and got recertified or whatever? He was out on the West Coast, and he said the simulator stuff they put him through, he said he was soaking wet.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was, yeah.
He said it was hard, you know, and then jumps back in a plane and flies all the way back over here again. I got to give the guy a ton of credit for just being able to hang out with the nieces like that. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be so cool to me.
Well,
I
it
think.
shows that these guys here, that's the next up and coming, right? That's what's going to carry on the name. And so I think it's so cool. I emphasize how you guys are taking this interviews and doing all this stuff and talking and just how relaxed you guys are.
Yeah.
It's so cool to have that out in here. And it's just amazing that the support you have and you guys recognize it and you're thankful for it. That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
You see drivers that get in and just drive and then, you know, the car owner takes care of everything else. He really
Yeah.
doesn't have anything to do with it. He just gets in, no, you got to fix this or fix air pressure. I'm too loose in the corner. You know, you guys are digging into it to find out what it's going to take to fix that car. Just that way, you know, if you're driving on that heat race or whatever you be in, you know, you're thinking to yourself, okay, what do we got to do to make sure this car runs better? Because this heat race isn't going very well.
Yeah.
How do you guys report that back? Do you guys think during the race, like, what are you going to do to fix this?
Well-
Or how does that reaction happen?
Well, I can tell you, if you wreck something on the late model, there's a lot more hammer and banging involved. But this
Bell bar and a hammer.
Dang
because
gum.
things are so complicated sometimes, I tell you what. But
Oh gosh, yes.
the sprint cars are pretty, simple. I'd say, like, you can make a couple little changes in it. You know, it does what you want to do. But when you try to change a late model, it doesn't work. The thing doesn't even want to
Yeah.
drive. But yeah, we try to give our best feedback to the boys as much as we can because that's what helps you learn.
Yeah.
And they try to give their feedback back to us, and we kind of take it and mix our ideas together and come up with a solution to see what we can try. We're all about
Sure,
trying things
sure.
right now because we have nothing to lose and
Right.
we want to learn.
Right.
So do you guys?
I agree with that.
Do you guys take notes and then go back to them? I mean, I'm sure your notes are just starting, but I mean, it probably helps that you can go off of some old notes. But are you guys into that thing right now, where you're taking notes on your setups and track conditions? I mean, temperatures, humidity, barometer, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, every night Zach has a sheet where he writes literally everything down, how he sets the car up. And, as drivers, you can't really expect the track that you go to be the same as the last one. So, you know, you can take notes, yeah, but you can never really expect it to be the same.
Sure,
you know?
Right.
Sure.
No, I agree with that because you could have a 2-night in Grand Forks and the
Yeah.
first night be totally different. You could be humid and warm first night, and the next night being North Dakota weather, it could be windy and cold.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
going to change everything.
When I won a couple 305 races last year, when we went back to those racetracks again this year, we tried that same thing and it just was way off. So it's, you know, it's different.
Right.
Different cars, and we got to just understand that when racetracks change or you get different race cars, not everything will work the same as it did last year.
Sure.
Hall of Famer Kevin Pappenfuss says, this is a really good show today. Very entertaining. Great job, girls. Amanda Jo Enright, it's been awesome to see what Laela can do in the 305 against the NOSA 410 cars at Grand Forks.
That is awesome.
Yes. I did want to ask,
awesome.
I wanted to ask Laela, how did it feel getting hit by that rock? Because that left a mark.
Oh yeah, that was bad in Fargo.
I bet.
It was like at the end of it was at like lap 10 or so, and I was behind a guy, and I saw it coming. He flung it at me with his right rear, and I was like, oh my god, like I cannot feel my arm. I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
Did you finish the race?
Yeah, I finished. I was like ended up 10th, but
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna win anyway. But so I kind of was like, oh, I hit my arm and I got 10th, but really it was.
Yeah.
It was
Did you
bad.
think you broke your collarbone?
Yeah, I thought I broke it. We went to the ER because I couldn't move it at all.
Okay.
Like, it looked like I got shot.
See,
like,
I thought
literally.
maybe you guys were just trying to one-up each other. Well, she's got a bad Achilles. I look like I got shot, but no.
Actually, our brother, he broke his wrist the day before, so it was like my other sister, they're like, we're gonna wrap her in a bubble, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
My wife says I have to wear a hockey helmet just to take a shower.
Yeah.
I've had
too.
47 broken bones, so those are ones that I went to the doctor for. I know I had a couple other ones that I duct taped up on my own. So I we kind of hit on this earlier about plans after high school, whatever, if you decide to go to college or further your education, but. Has it ever crossed your mind, you know what, maybe we could be full-time World of Outlaw drivers? I don't know. Has there ever been a girl full-time World of Outlaw driver?
I don't think so.
A lady? I don't know, but you imagine twins?
It'd be breaking barriers like crazy. It'd be awesome.
I know. Does it ever cross your mind?
That would be like
how
my
could it
dream
not?
Yeah.
to do something like that. But I think it's pretty important to get an education
Sure.
first in college. Have a backup plan because you never know.
Right?
You can
Holy
get
cow,
hurt.
you're 15?
Yeah. It's like
Gee,
it's like talking to a couple of like
you guys are-
30-year-olds
I mean,
here.
It's
I love
just
it.
the
This is-
reality, you never know with racing what could go wrong, and
you get hurt, or you gotta have some sort of.
Donnie, he has the truck stop, and it's important. Like one day he has something to go back to. So,
Sure.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's important to go to college and
But
get
it'd
an
be pretty
education.
awesome,
It
you
would
know.
be awesome.
It'd be
Oh,
a fun
yeah.
ride.
Right.
You'd have to think about some things to make it all happen, but it'd be a lot.
Sure.
like a
I mean,
lot of-
you'd have to think about do you want to start a family yet
Yeah.
or anything like
Right.
that because it'd be pretty darn tough to do.
Well, it's a huge commitment either way.
Yeah.
You look at
Yep.
committing to college, that's a huge commitment.
Yep.
If you're going to be a race car driver, you can't. I don't think it'd be tough in life to swing both nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's got to be one or the other, and I agree with you. It's a huge opportunity to do it, but it's also like it's a life decision.
Yep.
Like I'm not gonna be able to do this all my life.
Life.
I have to do something else besides the race car. I'm gonna ride this wave while I have it, but I need to have a backup plan. And
Yeah.
it just blows my mind that you're thinking of that already.
Yeah.
Yeah, our family is pretty adamant about
About-
you need to realize the importance of the rest of your life outside of
100%.
racing.
Yeah.
So
Racing's awesome, right?
Yeah.
And racing is what your family's built on, and that's the camaraderie you have with each other. But to have them still preaching you and have you guys ingrained in your head that college is what you need to do.
Yeah, Don's pretty fortunate to have the success he has in the years to continue to do that.
Sure.
But
Sure.
some days I know for a fact he'd rather sit in his patio and watch Fox News, but
I bet. Yeah. You need to fix them on that, though. Fox isn't real news anymore. But now, and that's another thing when you talk about Donnie, because there has been some pretty bad wrecks lately around
Yeah,
the area.
definitely.
We've seen guys in and out of the hospital, burns and things like that. But Your uncle's been pretty fortunate to be doing this as long as he has, because I don't think he's really had any serious injuries.
No.
But does that ever weigh on you? And does your mom or grandpa or uncle or anybody or grandma, do they say like, well, boy, I don't know if I want these girls racing or not because I don't want them to get hurt? Does it ever scare you?
How the heck would mom handle 2 girls in the woo tour?
That's definitely her.
Yeah.
Yeah, injuries definitely are a big thing in racing. Just this year alone, there's been a lot of sprint car drivers that have been in some serious wrecks. Carson's wreck, and Tyler Courtney just broke his back, and you can't think about that because then it scares you when you get in the car. But we're fortunate to have the best safety equipment in that they make, and you can't think about getting hurt because that's when something
Donnie
goes wrong.
is a really big on safety, so he understands the importance of all of it. He'd never let us race a car that's not safe in every aspect of it. So
Right.
it's
And he's seen all that.
He's seen it all.
Yeah.
So
I bet.
he knows what he's putting us into, every part of the car, all of our safety. So we're pretty fortunate that he knows the importance of it all. He's experienced it, he's witnessed it. So
Yeah.
He takes the
What-
time to
Yeah.
take us down, sharply and sit in the seats and make sure Dave's an awesome guy. He fixes us up every time. So thinking when we go to Knoxville here, we'll get some more from him. And, Bell, always K1, they're always good to us and everything.
Whitney, what's your race days consist of? What do you guys wake up? What's your race day consist of?
we wake up, we go to the shop. Race day is like the best day of the week. So we're just living on cloud 9 on race day. So we go to the truck stop, we eat lunch with our family, then we're off to the races about 4:30. So yeah.
Yeah.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
Their nails look way too nice to look like they've been wrenching on race cars.
Well, we just got them done yesterday.
They found out they were going to be on camera. We got to get to them.
We going to Knoxville for our vacation.
Oh,
so.
if you want, you can show them. You can show them off. Oh, look at that. Okay, look at that. Wow.
This is what I do.
Yeah, and mine are just really ugly. Yeah. I look like I was wrenching on a car. Now, at the beginning of the year, do you guys sit down and say, here's our schedule, we'll try to follow this, and then maybe add or subtract a little bit depending on what happens in the season? But did you kind of know what you were going to do before the season started?
Yeah, we had a plan. We race Ada, Fargo every week. We bounce back from Hartford and Arlington and Houston some days. But when we started with 3 motors and we ended up with 1, our whole season just kind of went downhill fast.
Yeah.
So we have been trying our best to balance between the sprint car and the late model and just both of us getting equal seat time. So,
Yeah.
we don't really have a set schedule, but we try our best to, follow one so we can keep it on our social media and stuff for people,
Definitely at the beginning of the year, we didn't think that running the late model would be even a thing because the bill from Rocket last year, I think, could pay for a house. So
I'm sure.
Because I was learning.
Yeah. Oh, wait, so you were giving her crap about putting it in the wall.
Yeah,
Wait a second.
literally.
It's all a learning tool.
I think the infield tractor tires got me a couple times, but I don't know. But yeah, the late model definitely was not, when we start with a bunch of sprint car motors and the late model wasn't even, there's 2 bare frames sitting there and motors were still at Motor Builders and our plan was to just race sprint cars and just, stick around here and go to Hartford and Arlington like we do on Saturdays and maybe hit Houston a few times, but that place tears up some stuff too. So, we don't really follow a schedule, but Thursday and Fridays are definitely set, Ada, Fargo.
Yeah.
And it's nice when you can race so close to home.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And then Saturdays, we try to travel to Hartford or Arlington or wherever they have a special.
Sure.
So, how thankful or how cool is it for Speaker to put that 305 division together?
Oh, it's awesome. We were talking about this the other day on how, it's the 3rd year for the 305s and they went from like 4 cars the first year to like 7. And then now this year in Fargo, we're getting about 13 a night. So it's awesome that the turnout that it's been growing and this class is developing around here. So,
I know you talk about going and watching and spectating at Knoxville, and I'm sure you probably will be racing the Knoxville Nationals one day. But is it hard for you guys to go down and just take a break and say, okay, we're not going to race, but we're going to go watch racing? Does that make it harder, or is it not an issue for you to just take your mind off of the shop, off of the seat, and watch? Is it hard to do?
Oh no, Knoxville is like our vacation. Like
Yeah.
we'd rather go to Knoxville than a yacht or Mexico or something
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
for a week. So
That
Yeah,
is
we take
awesome.
Take our
it's our-
vacations in the spring before you race, and then when you get to the summer, it's like Knoxville's what we look forward to.
Jeez.
So
you know, it's a really important place for our family. So it's our time there is special. So we really enjoy being there.
we
You know,
used,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
we used to race. I don't know if you guys know what English Creek is.
Yep.
It's the outlaw cart track there. We used to race there every year for English Creek
Okay,
Nationals
sure.
in like a 250 or a 500. So that was pretty fun. But
Yeah,
this year
yeah.
we didn't do it.
Wow.
You
but
guys-
those things are pretty much, those things are fun.
Oh, I bet.
So-
I
They
bet.
get going pretty fast.
Sitting in the stands now, or wherever you guys sit for watching the Nationals, do you guys critique drivers?
No.
Knoxville's too.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if I
That's-
can
that's
make
a
good
different
lap
monster.
At Knoxville myself.
Yeah. That's just a different monster.
There's medium.
Yeah.
Hey, medium.
Yeah, Knoxville's a place to master itself, I think.
That
So
is so cool.
Well, I can tell you what, I did about 25 laps at Knoxville.
Yep.
And that cushion, I was hitting the cushion so hard, it left black and blue marks on the side of
He
me.
did it on a simulator.
Well, I was in Mark Dobmeyer's simulator.
you almost got me
These are
there.
like
I was in Mark
Jesus.
Dobmeyer's simulator that beat the living crap out of me. And
he's in a simulator getting bruises on his ribs, guys.
Oh my.
Yeah, he's really into it.
Oh my.
Could you imagine watching that? Well, that'd be.
now, in my defense, he should have put the bigger seat in.
Yeah.
He had a big boy
Yeah,
seat
Dob-
and
Dobmeyer's
the
a
Mark
skinny guy.
Dobmeyer seat.
Yeah.
And I tried to fit my fat butt in the Mark Dobmeyer skinny seat, and it didn't work very
Yeah, I tell you, when you guys get on that racetrack, especially at River Cities, I got to ride in the Dobmeyer two-seater.
Oh, you did.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
The 30,
I might have pooped.
the 30
I'm just. I can't believe when you guys come out of corner 4 and you're heading towards. That's why Houston scares me too.
Oh, you.
Because
Yeah.
you're coming. There's wall all the way around
Oh, yeah.
Houston, so you're coming out of corner 4 and you look over and you see that wall just inching closer. Not really inching, but like coming to hit you in the face. That's what it felt like. Because you're coming around corner and you're going whatever
Right
fast,
at it.
and you're going right at that wall. Do you guys even look at that wall?
Well, in the late model, you definitely feel it when you
Yeah.
hit it
Yeah,
with
you
the right
bounce.
corner.
I bet.
Yeah, but no, you kind of once you get enough laps at some of these places, you kind of know or feel where that it is. But like I've never raced at Houston's yet. She got to once this year and she had a blast.
The first
But-
time I went to Houston's, we were parked by Trevor Service. He races the 305s too, and he told me, if you think you're gonna go around a car on the outside, think twice. and
Because he said the wall comes up pretty fast.
It's pretty there. Yeah, if you want to
So-
ride the cushion.
yep.
Yeah,
So-
you got to be you got to be built different for that.
Yep.
100%. No, you do. It's nerves of steel, right?
is, yeah.
So if your car's handling well and you need to pass me on the outside of Houston's, yeah, you got to have a different mindset and everything to be able to crush that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always think
And
of.
that cushion builds big.
Oh yeah, I always think of our intro with Roebling coming around off of turn 4 and going right into the wall. And,
That's when that broke that right
Something
front.
broke there, and that's what
But that
happened
scares
there.
me.
But
That's what
Yeah.
you know. You're coming out of. Let's take the IRA boys because they came here and they hung out with us for a while. Last year they had no idea that we had this much banking,
Yeah.
and they're used to racing with walls. So they didn't know about the banking. They didn't know about if you go off, it's gonna
Yeah.
it's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
pretty skeptical, right? And we know that
Yep.
because we've grown up around
Yep.
here, right? We've seen some nasty stuff.
Flips here. Yeah.
So when they ran the first night, they're like, kind of your first night didn't want to do, and obviously the NOSA guys just kicked butt. Then the next night, okay, last year they kind of figured out the cushion thing. When you guys look at a track, do you guys go walk it? Do you guys look at that? How much banking's in a corner? Do you guys? You can't plan out as you see when you people like pregame, right, for football or something. They always go practice, warm up. Do you guys do that kind of warm up?
Yeah, we usually go look at it. When there's a cushion, you always think of Sheldon. That guy is always on the gas, on the
Yep.
top.
Yeah.
There's a funny story actually. Fargo last year, we raced when the Outlaws were here. I think it was like a weekly show or we were during the weekend. Sheldon came out and helped.
No?
And Layla was racing, and the water truck goes. They're water in the top before the before the feature, and we're sitting in the grid, and Layla yells to someone, and she's like, "Where's Sheldon at when you need him?" And he's like standing on the right side of the car, like she can't see him. And he's like, "I'm right here," because they're just watering the top.
Yeah.
But yeah. You know, the cushion's a treat itself. Donnie actually said we're gonna go out to Fargo one day and they're just gonna water the top because we need to learn how to run it. Like,
Well, Fargo does not have a cushion.
it's like a strip of black.
Yeah.
It's
This
like where
big?
you go where there's no, where it's not slicked
Slick.
off across the whole racetrack, and
Yeah.
it's just flat. So
Right.
They told us we need to go out there and just run on the top because we need to learn how to run it too.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's very true. It's an
Go
art.
out there for a
It
day.
is
Yeah.
an art.
It is
It's
an
an art.
art.
To watch that's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we've seen how many sprint car guys up and coming, you know, that just started, and you'll see them progress. You know, they'll might be called a bottom feeder at first, but then
Right.
you'll see them start to get a little more comfortable and a little more comfortable, and pretty soon they're up on the cushion up
Austin
there. But
Pierce comes to mind every time.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
I
yep,
mean,
yep.
he loves the cushion and he'll run that. And I don't think he lifts.
No.
If he can get the he doesn't lift. And it's awesome when the World of Outlaw boys come here and that cushion develops, you know.
Oh.
Because
I
there's
know a lot of the guys like River Cities because
Yeah.
they always like when they interview and ask them their favorite track. A lot of them say River Cities because they just get to like hammer the top.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But the bottom's there too most of the time,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it kind of makes 2-lane racing.
We've seen them win on the bottom and
It
the
is-
top.
Yeah.
It is amazing how different the track progresses. Right?
Definitely.
It's cool to see that. Amazing.
You know, you mentioned that with the interviews and favorite tracks. That was going to be my next question. Do you girls have a favorite track yet?
River Cities,
Okay.
100%.
I haven't raced a sprint car at River Cities, but in the late model, definitely River Cities.
Wow.
I
How
like
about that?
Hartford in the sprint car.
for sure.
I knew I was a fan. I knew I was a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
That's
getting
cool.
a text here said this is probably the best Dirty Thursday I've watched. You guys are I didn't know what to think. I mean, I've said hi to you, and I didn't realize these girls are like they're in their 20s. They're both
15.
very well versed.
Yes.
You act like this is just a walk in the park. A lot of the times when they walk in here, people are intimidated by the lights and the cameras and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But you guys act like this is just a regular Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we said, when we can get on a radio show with two guys that are
That are
having
fun.
fun, you know,
It's-
it's just,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun for us too.
Wait
you
till
know?
they turn 21.
Yeah.
When we do a real Dirty Thursday like we do in here, we
Yeah,
usually
he's
like to have the
drinking
bush
tea right
lattes.
now. I mean,
yeah, I'm
he's-
actually drinking a tea, if you can
Yeah.
believe that.
It's a brisk tea.
I
guy
got
that-
water.
Well, I'm usually accused of, John Roberts, the guy with a beer in one hand and a microphone in the other hand, and that's kind of what I go by. But
Yeah.
Bill Deutsch, he's a Hall of Famer from UND. He is one of our co-hosts of our sports show on Thursday nights. Gals are very well spoken. Jenny Barnes, love how involved and appreciative they are. Great show.
Well, and-
thanks for everybody for watching. James Sandgate, very
yeah.
impressive young ladies. Yeah,
They are
they're going to
impressive.
keep coming.
They are impressive, I think, and that goes to show you how how respectful you guys are in the racing world, even just racing and what you've been doing. I mean, when you go to the pits, you guys aren't shy. You're approachable. It's just neat to have that atmosphere.
Yeah, we
it's
try to
pretty
be
cool.
talkative and involved as much as we can because
Has anybody had an issue with you and came and yelled at you in the pits afterwards? Not involved with your team?
go-kart days.
Oh, go-kart
Yeah.
day. Well, that's pretty common, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, they like to start fights and go-karts.
Yeah.
so.
It's,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and it,
When
you know,
you get like in the Maxis, like go to the big races down south, that's typical.
oh yeah,
Really?
and I'm
yeah.
sure it's always the drivers that want to fight, right?
Oh yeah. Well, we never.
No,
God.
we,
Is it
But it's
usually the
like-
parents?
Yeah,
Parents.
Right.
moms.
Yes.
Moms?
Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise
Not
me.
our mom, but moms.
No, yeah.
That-
That's crazy.
That does not surprise me. And
that's
Chad,
so
you're around youth
stereotypical.
sports all the
Oh,
time.
all the time, yeah.
And I am too, high school sports, but it's getting harder and harder to find coaches. It's getting harder and
Yeah.
harder to find referees,
Yeah.
umpires, all that stuff because of parents ruining
Oh.
it.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, I coach travel baseball this year. And we usually in travel baseball, you should have umpires my age, if not a little older sometimes, just to make sure you have run the game. Our umpires were 15 years old because they can't find anybody else.
Yeah, that's
You
how
know.
it is around our school too.
It's awful.
And
it's
it's
awful.
Just some parents ruin it for all. So
It's
you
100%
just gotta tell 'em
accurate.
to
Yeah,
shush.
yeah,
Yeah.
let them be a kid. Let them
Yeah.
enjoy their life.
Well, and everything in life, there's going to be human error. And,
Sure.
And at some point, people have to accept that. I mean, there's
Yeah.
going to be human error in racing. There's human error. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't. not every track has instant replay to call and look
Nope.
at, it's the call they saw. That's what they think. It's what they're going to go with. That's the first one they thought of. Okay. Right, wrong, or indifferent. That's the call.
Yeah.
And you look at it and you go, you're racing for what, $50 here at the go-kart track, and these kids are just trying to have fun. Like,
Yeah. They're just starting. This is just
Yeah.
starting.
Yeah. Don't turn them off
Yeah. Don't.
of what they want to do.
Yeah. And I understand everything's got a price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And go-karts are no different. Even just start a go-kart just is probably $2,000 or something like that. Right. So everything's got a price. I understand that thing.
Yep.
But you also got to understand the risk you're taking by doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a risk involved. So just like, wrecking a sprint car, there's a risk involved with putting it out there. So parents should, and especially go-karts.
Yeah.
I
Crazy.
cannot believe that. I mean,
Yes.
hoofda.
I do want to ask you girls before we cut you loose here. We do this every show. Thanks some sponsors.
Our sponsors, a lot of it comes from our family. We got my mom, she's Petro, Donnie Fastlane, our stepdad Mike Turf Tamers, our uncle Jarrett is Grind Concrete and Finishing, Trying Propane,
And then we got O'Day Equipment and O'Day Steel.
Coast Materials,
Coast
out of
Materials
Fargo.
out of Fargo.
So
J&J, obviously, Bonnie and Jack help
they
us
do a lot for
Mm-hmm.
us. They're awesome.
Ellingson, they're big help too. So we got a lot of great partners. They help us out. Our motor guy, MPD, is working hard to get our motors back to us so we can
Sure.
all start racing 305s. But yeah, we
Yeah.
got,
A lot of our family's just behind our back supporting us. So.
our 1492 motor coaches, they just
Yeah, they sponsored us for our new motorhome. So
Oh,
we
boy.
just got it in last week. So
Oh, jeepers.
yeah, it's been pretty
I wonder why you
cool.
want to go to
No,
Wee
no.
Fest, huh?
Yeah,
Is that going to Knoxville with you?
yeah, it
Yep,
is.
it
We've been
will.
waiting a year for it, so we're pretty happy to get
Well,
it in.
for
Oh, I
sure.
bet.
well, me and Amelia will drive. Our aunt let us use. Me and Amelia she let us use our her motorhome for Knoxville.
Because
So
our parents don't like when we come in at 2 a.m. from Slideways, so they're making us bring our own for the kids, so our siblings will stay with us too.
Oh,
So.
that is cool.
That's cool. It's like having when I was a kid, way back when, we were used 2 hotel rooms.
Oh yeah, yep, same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'd mom and dad would be sleeping and we'd come
Yep.
into our different hotel room.
Way
as long
back
as-
when.
Way
Yeah.
back when, yeah. That's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Way back in the day of racing go-karts.
Way back in the day. I want to
just 9 years.
yeah.
I want to mention this last text. Doogie Hauser, hard to believe these are the same 2 girls that Keegster used to race against.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah, one of the things that impresses me most is they both have jobs. A lot of kids expect things to be given to them, not these 2.
Yeah.
yep, we work in the truck stop. So
whenever they
Sure.
need us, so
Okay.
But our grandma's always said that if she wants her to keep paying for our race cars, we got to work on them. So
I love that.
That's not a bad
Yeah,
trade, is
yeah.
it?
It's a
No,
huge,
so-
grateful thing that you get. Like it's
Yeah.
the school of hard knocks, right?
yep.
yeah.
You got to work for what you get.
And at Knoxville, we'll be in the trailer working for. That's the busiest week for us, so it's a lot of work to work that trailer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so you
And
obviously
she's always
don't.
there with a smile. I love her.
yeah.
Our grandma.
Yeah,
You,
she's always
you
smiling.
obviously don't look a gift horse in the mouth, do you?
No.
But
No.
you guys are awesome. Anything you want to add?
Wow, this was so much fun.
This was a lot of
No,
fun.
this was definitely
Yeah.
the best radio show we've ever been on. Most
Yeah.
fun,
Hey,
so-
how about
Yeah,
that?
This was a blast.
You want to know what happens usually when people come on this show? They win that night.
Oh, really?
So
yeah,
let's hope-
I don't know if
God.
you guys didn't hear that.
Lot of
We have
pressure.
people that, yeah, we actually
Thanks,
have
guys.
race car drivers that beg to be on here before big shows because every time they've been on, they end up winning the following day or that night. So,
I hope that's what we got. But
yeah, so we'll have to bring you back before a big show. How's that?
Oh yeah, bring us back before the Outlaws come to town. I don't know if it's been announced yet, but there's a Danny Schatz Memorial is going to be on the night of the World of Outlaws
August
are in town.
26th.
Really?
So it's
Wow,
going to be a
in
cool
Fargo.
show. 1,500 to win for 305. So
Wow.
15-15.
15.
15,
yeah.
that is
15.
cool. That is
So a
cool.
big
There's the 15
really
again.
cool
Yep.
trophy to honor him, and
Nice.
it's going to be a lot of cool prizes, and it'll
So
be
it'll
the
be a
night
fun
of the
night.
Outlaws are in Fargo. So
Wow, that's awesome.
You guys are amazing. I'm gonna tell you that. You guys
Yeah.
are so much fun
Thank
to
you.
talk to.
Yeah, thank you guys
You
for having
guys are laid back. I can't wait to watch you grow.
Yeah,
into
thank
this.
you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
So-
it.
We
This is
appreciate
cool
you guys
to-
having us.
Man, what a couple of great girls, huh?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good job, Mom.
And, thank you very much, Deanne, for hooking us up with the girls today. Man, these guys are incredible. Be on the watch for them, all right? They're starting to get more and more around some of these local tracks. We even get lucky enough to see them here at River City Speedway once in a while.
Yeah.
I want to thank Rumor Sports Bar and Casino. They have been with us since day one here on Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway. But Rumors Bar and Grill, Sports Bar and Casino. You can go gamble. You can go play bingo. You can go gamble on the horses. You can go eat a really good meal. There's so many things there to do that I just kind of get mixed up. But I'm all about beer, and I think we know that. You should try the world-famous beer tower. They've got it. Wall-to-wall TVs. Go watch the Twins get their butt handed to them tonight like they usually do. You can do it all at Rumor Sports Bar and Casino. Thank you to the girls for coming in. Thanks to Chad Hoff, the other half of the Bullring Boys. Big Screens and TV Streams is coming your way at 1 o'clock today. Monty and Bill, the cast of Fork Sports Highway comes your way at 6:30 tonight. Hands down, the best sports podcast show around. And got Brew Brothers on at 10 o'clock tonight. I'll catch you all in the morning. Remember to like, share, tag, and follow us. Hit that notification bell on your smartphone. You'll never miss a show that way like this one. And the Grand Cities are awesome. They're still here. Grand Forks' best source is giving them an identity again.